Somebody posted a tweet saying Deji's Nigerian accent has left. Okay, we don't hear Deji speaking that accent anymore. I wonder why. Quite interesting. Channel. I hope everyone is doing okay and everyone is doing well. I'll be honest with you, it's a shame. Okay, it's a shame I'm saying another day, another Love Island review, because that episode was so dry. Oh, that episode was actually so dry. They could have even ended at 9:30. I don't think we actually would have been mad, but we have to do this review. So as I usually and I always say, number one, if you haven't yet subscribed, of course, please subscribe. Of course, be sure to subscribe and therefore join the family. Number two, also be sure to follow me on my Instagram and also my Twitter at SarahDestinyX. And number three, please get cozy and comfy, unfortunately, with a hot Ribena and your snacks. And let's get into this review. Alrighty, so let's start off with Davide and Natalia speaking. Of course, you guys know in yesterday's episode we were introduced to 4 shells. I'm not calling them bombshells, okay? 4 shells. We're introduced to 4 shells. Natalia, Lacey, Jamie, and Reese, right? Yeah, Natalia, Lacey, Jamie, and Reese. Yeah, Natalia, Lacey, Jamie, and Reese. Of course, you guys know that Davide ended up giving Natalia and Lacey a tour around the villa. So they were just having a conversation. She was letting him know that her last wow, my mouth is actually just not here today. Her last relationship lasted 6 years, but she felt like if there was no trust in a relationship, that's why it didn't work out. Like if there's no trust, nothing of course is going to work. Davide was also saying as well, like he 100% does agree. I do feel like she did try to just a slight dig at Ekin-su. You guys already know she's here for Ekin-su's neck. We're going to get into that at the end of this review. You already know. But in all honesty, I think I said this in yesterday's review and I'm going to say it again. I don't think Davide is interested in any of these girls. It's clear he's not interested in any of them. He doesn't really give them good eye contact when they're speaking. He doesn't even seem interested in the conversations too tough. So I do feel like the producers are trying to create a storyline somewhere there. But Davide is very much set on his Ekin-su. So let's move on to Ekin-su speaking with Reese. Nothing has grown from that, if I'm going to be honest. I don't know what Reese thinks he's doing. Reese is 23. You guys know Ekin-su's 27. She's naturally attracted to guys who are much older. In terms of looks and things like that as well, you can definitely tell and see that she also is very much attracted to Davide more. So, yeah. Let's briefly move on to Jamie and Danica. They were speaking about their types and, of course, what she wants. I'll be very honest with you. You guys know we stand Danica on this channel, okay? I definitely do like Danica, but I just think Danica's just a bit too... She's just a bit too much. Like, which isn't bad, okay? If that's your personality, that's fine. I'm not saying that she should change, but she should just lay it smooth for the guys. Do you get what I mean? Like the way Danica speaks, she's just like, oh yeah, that's great. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, so it's giving HR, it's giving teacher. Like you're scaring the guys away. Okay, you're actually scaring the guys away. But we did already say that Danica has to find love with one of these 2 guys in this villa, without a doubt. Because if she doesn't, she has to leave. Okay, this is number 6. This is not even number 6 and number 7, because there's 2 guys that are currently trying to grasp for her. This is number 6 and number 7. Something needs to work, okay? Something definitely needs to work. But I just feel like she honestly just needs to lay it a bit soft. Like, you know, oh yeah, so I'm looking for a guy who's like this and like this and like this. Baby, relax, okay? Relax. Let's briefly move on to Adam and Natalia having a conversation. They were speaking about, she actually apparently has quite good eye contact. So when she speaks to people, she really looks into their eyes, almost like she's looking into their soul. And Adam, of course, ended up pointing that out. Paige was speaking to the girls about it, and she was saying, of course, like, you know, she's giving a side eye, blah de blah. But he did already let her know that he is very much happy with Paige, but he wouldn't 100% like be closed off because he's not at the level that Andrew and Tasha are at. Don't know what level that is, but he's not at that level yet. In all honesty, I don't see Adam turning his head, and we're going to see that as the episode does go on as well. But I don't know, Paige seems to be very rattled by these girls who probably haven't even unpacked their bags yet. We're going to get into Paige and Adam later because you do know they end up having a conversation. But personally, I don't think Adam is going to change. I don't think he's going to turn his head at all. We can then move on to Davide speaking with Lacey. I don't think I really want to speak about it. There's nothing there. Guys, Davide is not interested in 2 of these girls. It's as clear as a summer's day, okay? As clear as a summer's day. Davide's not interested in these girls, but at the same time, whilst he was talking to Lacey, Ekin-su was speaking with Gemma, and she was just like, oh, you know, Davide continues with this. Like, I'm not going to bother. Like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not dealing with that. So, I think, if anything, the producers are just trying to rattle Ekin-su just a bit. But I honestly don't feel like these girls have any competition when it comes to her and Davide, if I'm going to be very honest with you. Let's move on to Deji speaking with Lacey, because it seems like something is coming up. I actually did scream because somebody posted a tweet saying Deji's Nigerian accent has left. Okay, we don't hear Deji speaking that accent anymore. I wonder why. Quite interesting, if you ask me. But anyway, Deji and Lacey were having, I'm actually not serious, but Deji and Lacey were having a conversation, and she did say that she was in a 3.5, no, she's been in 3.5 relationships. He's wondering, 3.5 relationships? Have been in 3.5 relationships? She then, of course, ended up confessing on national TV, on more, I know it's good to be honest, but some things you just, you keep in your closet, okay? You definitely keep in your closet. But yeah, she did say that, of course, there was cheating involved. So I think he initially felt sorry for her, like, oh, I'm so sorry. And she was just like, yeah, on both sides. I was like, hey, on national TV. All right, Lacey, do your thing, girl. But yeah, it's quite interesting. Deji didn't really seem like bothered by the fact that she said that she's cheated before. Does that mean he's cheated before? I don't know. Allegedly, we don't know. Okay, we don't know. You guys do know there was a lot of tea and speculation around Deji when he entered the villa, because apparently he had just broken up with his girlfriend of so many, whatever amount of years, just 2 weeks before entering the villa, like on FaceTime and everything. But that's all allegedly, okay? Don't sue me. Definitely all allegedly. Let's move on to Dami. Of course, Dami, who else wouldn't, unless the producers told him to say it, but Dami, of course, wanted to break the ice between the OG Islanders and also the new shells. They're actually going to be called shells. I'm so sorry. And he said that, of course, they should play a game of truth or dare. So I'll just speak about a few things that was discussed, and also 3 truths and a few dares, because of course it started to rattle some people in the villa. Natalia ended up asking Dami if he knew he would get back with Indiyah. He said yeah, and then she of course was like, you know, why did you bring back like another girl into the villa? And she was just like, oh, like, you know, like it kind of is what it is. I feel like that response was a bit weird, okay, a bit weird. You guys already know how I feel about Dami and Indiyah at the moment. If you don't know, you can definitely go and watch yesterday's review. But of course, Natalia then started saying, oh, poor Summer. And Indiyah was just thinking, poor Summer? You don't even know Summer. I'm gonna need you to hush and take several seats. Deji was told to kiss the islander that he fancies the most. He ended up kissing Lacey. Adam had to say Adam had to say which shell he fancied the most. He ended up saying Lacey. Paige was doing up screw face. We're going to get into that later because Paige's singlet is getting dragged. Thank you very much. Natalie was told to kiss 3 islanders that she fancies the most. She ended up kissing Davide, Adam, and also Deji, and she has to kiss them for a total of 3 seconds. Of course, Paige was annoyed again. One thing that Paige said as well is if she keeps looking this way, like, oh, you know, like, she needs to go Specsavers. It's giving year 9 cuss. It's actually giving year 9 cussing. She needs to go to Specsavers. Okay, Paige. It's not giving. Babe, Jax is actually in the UK waiting for you. We've already been discussing this because it's like Jax never entered that villa with the way that you're moving. Anyway, Dami as well ended up having to suck Indiyah's toes as a dare. He was yamming it up like he doesn't eat. But yeah, that truth or dare game wasn't actually anything special. Just a few things that I guess I wanted to flag up there. Of course, Lacey, Indiyah, and Danica started speaking about Deji, and Lacey was, I don't know when I ever do a review where I don't get the names mixed up or wrong. I actually don't know, but Lacey was of course saying that she does feel like Deji is a really, really, really nice guy. Danica was telling her, of course, to go with her heart as well, because that's what she's done, and yes, it's led her to where she's right now in the villa, but she's open to new experiences, blah, 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 blah. Does Lacey want to be taking advice from Danica right now? I don't know, okay, I don't know, but we do already know that Lacey and Deji definitely do have their eyes on each other. So let's briefly move on to the night time. Natalia was saying that she feels like Ekin-su didn't really give her a warm welcome when she was speaking to Lacey, 110%. Do I think that was intentional? No, but I feel like the way Natalia came into this villa, I did really give my first impressions yesterday. Right now, there's something about her, okay? There's something about Natalia that I cannot actually put my fingers on right now, but I just think maybe she's just a bit forward. I don't know how to do my hands like this, but right now she's just a bit forward, but she's playing the game, okay? I can't knock her. She is definitely playing the game. Paige was saying that her man has already been picked by one of the guys. Babe, just like every time Paige speaks about Adam, Jax. Okay, I need to bring her back. Okay, I definitely need to bring her back to Jax, because Jax was in this villa same time last week, and since you were crying, so okay. Deji was saying that he thinks he likes Lacey and that they also have good chats. Jamie was also saying to the shells, I really love that name, but he was saying to the shells that Danica is his type, and Indiyah called, oh god, I don't know if she's doing this for fun now or if she's actually doing this for bants. Indiyah called Dami DEJI again. Indiyah actually called Dami DEJI. Okay, you know what? She's done it once and it was fine, but this is actually the second time. Indiyah, what's on your mind? Who is on your mind? Okay, but in all honesty, I'm actually not looking into it too deep. Deji, Dami DEJI, 4 letters, Nigerian, Yoruba. It's a lot, you know, it's a lot to deal with in that villa. So that is that. Let's move on to the morning villa. Of course, as you guys know, every single morning is every new gisting session. So instead of it just being the boys and the girls, now it is the boys, the girls, and the shells. So I'll briefly speak about what all 3 of them were speaking about. The boys, Davide was saying that he thinks they're both nice, but he feels like what he has with Ekin-su is going really well, which is very interesting. Like I did say, I don't think Davide is interested in these 2 girls whatsoever. Adam was saying that he spoke to Natalia and he is open-minded if she was to get to know him, if that makes sense. So he's not going to go out his way to try and get to know her because he's closed off. But if she was to get to know him, he'll be open to speaking to her a bit more and getting to know what she's about. Deji was saying that he's had a chat with Lacey and he feels like she gives him hope, which is good. Okay, which is definitely good. And Dami also mentioned the fact that Indiyah called him Deji again. Guys, I don't know what Indiyah's playing at, but she said city girls are up. Okay, Indiyah said city girls are up. So let's move on to the girls. Danica said that she wants to get to know both of them, so it's nice. Okay, Danica's having options. Like I said, a relationship or something of the sort has to be established with these 2 new guys in the villa. I'm not taking any excuse from Danica this time because this is another fresh opportunity. Okay, this is another fresh opportunity. And Indiyah also mentioned that she ended up calling Dami DEJI in bed, and the girls are like, oh, Indiyah, you have to make breakfast for him now. So let's move on to Indiyah, of course, making Dami breakfast because she's trying to make it up for him. Like, I called you another guy's name by accident. I called you another guy's name by accident, so she ended up making him breakfast. What was actually quite funny was while she was cooking and, you know, whipping up in the kitchen or whatever, Deji was like, oh, hey, make me scrambled eggs too, and she was just like, oh yeah, sure. So Dami obviously overhears this and he's just like, well, that ruins the fun. You're supposed to be making me breakfast and now you're going to also make breakfast for the guy that you called me for. Is that even making sense? So of course Dami was just kind of like, oh yeah, it just takes the fun away from it and everything like that. I'll be very honest with you, I actually do like Indiyah and Dami together. I think they're actually quite cute because I think Indiyah, even as she was walking up to Dami, like Dami was looking at her like, and Indiyah was just like, Dami. I don't know, I think they definitely have a lot of good chemistry. Okay, you guys already know how I feel about the Indiyah and Dami situation. If you don't, you can definitely watch yesterday's review, just give you a glimpse as to how I'm feeling and thinking inside. Luca said something very interesting and I'm sure you picked up on it, but Luca literally said, oh yeah, it's a nice gesture but you're not going to enjoy it. Okay, yes, it is a nice gesture, we definitely do understand that, but for you to say, oh yeah, you're not going to enjoy it, at the end of the day, food is food, and if someone is hungry, they're going to chop it up. So I don't know who asked Luca to speak. It's like someone can actually just twist that lip a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. Of course the girls are speaking. This is moving forward by the way, but of course the girls are speaking. Ekin-su said that she doesn't trust the new shells at all. I definitely do understand where she's coming from because they are coming for her man and she does not like this whatsoever. And last but not least, in regards to that scene, Adam and Davide were working out and Natalia decided to join them. Did she join them because she wanted to, or did the producers tell her to? I don't really know, but that is that. So let's move on to the shells getting a text that it was time for their first date. I'm going to give my feedback on this, okay, because if you follow me on Twitter, you know I was very vocal with how I felt about this date. Very vocal of how I felt about it. But anyway, let me get into who ended up picking who. Lacey, of course, ended up picking Deji. Jamie, of course, ended up picking Danica. Natalia ended up picking Adam. And of course, Paige was doing... When isn't Paige doing that when someone speaks about Adam? I don't really know. And Reese ended up picking Ekin-su. I think he's not really understanding the assignment, or he just didn't have a choice because the girl that he wanted to get to pick, Jamie, of course, ended up picking Danica. Anyway, Davide said that he doesn't see any competition whatsoever, and that's actually quite funny. He doesn't see any competition, as in me and Reese were actually not mates. Ekin-su will come back to me when she wants to come back to me. And Paige as well was doing up, oh, why did she go to pick Adam? Jax is waiting for you in the UK, babe, as in... Jax, do you know anyone called Jax? Let's move on to the actual dates. And I did tweet this. I don't really want to speak about the date too tough. It was B4 boring. It was 10 minutes to the end of the show. Well, what we thought was the end of the show. I was just thinking, wow, what a waste of scenes. Like, this could have been background noise and I could have been cleaning my house because the dates were dry as chicken legs. So Danica, of course, and Jamie were having a chat. I'm briefly talking about this, by the way. I'm really not trying to delve into this because this is only for people who weren't able to watch the episode and who can't watch the episode in their countries, because no, guys, the date was actually dry. So Danica and Jamie having a chat. He was thinking about he liked her eyes because they're green. Deji and Lacey, good chat. Reese and Ekin, good chat. Nathalia and Adam, good chat. Back at the villa, of course, Paige and Gemma were having a conversation, and she started getting emotional. She started saying, oh, you know, she's this hot stuff from Brazil and I'm just a paramedic from Wales, blah, blah, blah. I didn't really like that at all, if I'm going to be honest, because number one, you don't need to compare yourself to her or put yourself down. Believe in your source, okay? You need to believe in your source. Even if someone tries to put your source down, you tell them to spice it up a bit more. Believe in your source. So when Paige started crying and getting very emotional, I think if anything, it kind of highlighted how much she does really want to get to know Adam like that, and how much she does really like him. But I didn't feel like it was worth her getting emotional over, if I'm going to be honest. But the whole comparison thing, we don't believe in that, okay? It's been 2 days. Like I said, the girl, it's been 1 day even. Has the girl even unpacked her clothes? Who even knows? So Paige, relax, okay? Don't let this girl rattle you. She's hardly done much. We'll go back to the date quickly because there was a few smoochy. Of course, Deji and Lacey ended up having a kiss, and Danica and Jamie ended up having a kiss. Guys, I want to root for Danica so bad. Okay, I want to root for her so bad. But even after the kiss, she was just like, oh, not bad. That's something you say in your head, babe, okay? You don't say that out loud. So yeah, but I do think Jamie and Danica are definitely going to make it work, if I'm going to be honest with you, because I don't see her pursuing anything with Reese whatsoever. So let's go back to everyone coming back from the date, the very underwhelming date, okay? Very underwhelming and very dry. Like I said, dry as chicken eggs. Are chicken eggs dry? They probably are. Yeah, anyway, sorry, I actually digress. Of course, Paige immediately went to go and hug Adam. Clearly, she must have missed him. And Ekin-su picked flowers for Davide. So, of course, Ekin-su's walking and she's just like, Davide, I got you these. And he's like, oh, for me? Ekin-su's in the clouds, okay? Ekin-su's actually in the clouds. This went on a field and went to pick gifts for Davide. Interesting, okay? So of course there was a debrief with the girls and also a debrief with the guys. I'll just quickly break down what was spoken about because like I said, that date was dry. Danica was saying that, you know, her and Jamie, things are going quite well and they ended up having a kiss. Deji and Lacey also showing the fact that they had a kiss as well. Natalia also said that the date went well with Adam, which it did, okay? It's not that it didn't go well, but I do feel like the way she said it, she was low-key trying to get into Paige's head. Like, I think she was even like, oh, of course, I know you don't want to hear this, but yeah, the date did go well. I don't know if the date went well. I feel like all the dates were boring, to be honest. So even if all of them came back saying that the dates were boring, I would have believed them. Thank you very much. So let's move on to the night time. Of course, the guys said that Reese should go and speak to Danica. It's given forced, okay? If you really like a girl, you'll definitely go and graft. I'll be very honest with you, I do think Reese's energy, not to try and sound too much, but I think his energy in the villa is very interesting. I don't know if Love Island is the show for him. I don't know his place in the villa just yet, and I don't think he's going to have a spot in the villa, to be honest, because the one single girl is very much taken by Jamie at the moment. But yeah, I don't know, that conversation didn't really good for me. But anyway, of course he did end up going to speak to Danica. I do love the fact that Danica does have options though. It's nice, okay? It's actually nice, but like I said, I just want Danica to play it cool, okay? I just want her to play it cool. Of course, Paige ended up speaking to Adam about the date, and he of course was like, oh, like what did she tell you about it? Because maybe he didn't think the date was that special, and he also said that he would have preferred for her to be on the date. They were really smiling at each other. The eye contact for me, it wasn't given seductive, it was given scary, because like he was looking at her like she was actually edible meat, like literally edible meat. Paige of course was grit. You could literally see all of Paige's teeth like this. This is literally how Paige was smiling. She was happy, okay? Very happy. Like I said, Jack's who? Jack's where? We do not know him. But of course, Adam did end up saying that he does want things to be exclusive. He was like, oh, I don't like saying it, but I hate this word, but I'm just thinking, you know, like it's leaning towards us being exclusive and stuff. And of course, that's something Paige wants to hear. So she's very happy and also very giddy. And I guess that's also confirmation for her that Natalia ain't got nothing on her whatsoever. It's quite interesting seeing Adam in such a different light. It's like he came back to this season calm. Very cool, very calm, very collected, very charming, just with one girl. I don't know, maybe Adam came back to win the 50k because he felt like he was robbed. Okay, maybe that's why Adam came back. So of course we ended up getting a tomorrow night, and it showed that there's probably going to be a little bit of kerfuffle with Natalia and also Ekin-su. Ekin-su was asking, do you have a problem with me? And Natalia was like, no, I don't have a problem with you. You have a problem with yourself. The line didn't give for me, okay? The line didn't give, but I feel like Natalia is going to continue trying to get to know Davide, and Ekin-su's just like, bro, I already told you that this is the guy that I want to be with and you're just doing the absolute most. Do I think... It's not do I think. Davide's not going to turn his head whatsoever, okay? He's not going to turn his head. And Ekin-su, as you guys know, is sassy, is fiery, all that stuff. I don't like those words, by the way, because you can only use those words for certain demographics. I'm not saying too much. But yeah, I guess tomorrow should I hope tomorrow is interesting. Today was so boring, guys. I'm actually like, I'm really trying to squeeze water out of a rock from this review, and I'm hoping I've done a good job. So please let me know what you did actually think of that episode down below in the comments. Definitely let me know your thoughts. What do you think of the shells right now? Like I said, they're definitely giving shells for me. They're definitely giving shells. But yeah, I don't actually think Davide is going to turn whatsoever. But as always, please let me know what you did think of the episode down below in the comments. If you haven't yet subscribed, what exactly are you waiting for? Be sure to subscribe and definitely join the family. And once again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please do take care, stay blessed, and I shall see you tomorrow.